So of the 200 billion tweets per year, Candace Owens managed to do the impossible. She made the dumbest tweet of all times.
Keep it 100, I be feeling like Campbell soup over white rice, baked chicken with the skin on, yeah, Lowry's with black pepper, I'm fully seasoned with laughter.
Fun fact, as of May 2020, there are 6,000 tweets every second, which is 350,000 tweets every minute, which is 21 million tweets every hour, or 500 million tweets every day, and which is ultimately 200 billion tweets annually. And this figure has not changed since 2014. And the crazy thing about it, that Jeff Bezos makes roughly in dollars 40% of what the entire world tweets, which is insane. But this video isn't about Jeff Bezos, so I'm not going to go completely off on a tangent. I have videos coming on Jeff Bezos and Amazon shortly, but not this particular video. It's about a different villain. So of the 200 billion tweets per year, Candace Owens managed to do the impossible. She made the dumbest tweet of all times. So before I show you that tweet, like and subscribe to the channel. It takes literally a second and helps the channel grow massively. I would really appreciate it. And y'all been liking my videos, so also subscribe so you can continually see my videos. So Saturday, June 19th, was what is now officially a federal holiday, Juneteenth. Joe Biden signed it into law as a federal holiday on Thursday, June 17th. Juneteenth is a holiday that celebrates the anniversary of the day that the final slaves were set free in America. That's not in prison, at least. In 1866. I made a video on this. If you want to see it, it is right here. So Candace Owens tweeted, "Juneteenth is so lame. Democrats need to stop trying to repackage segregation. I will be celebrating July 4th and July 4th only. I'm American." Oh boy. And the stupid tweets didn't stop there. She went on a barrage of the dumbest tweets of all time. So she essentially has the first, second, third, fourth, 10th dumbest tweets ever. And she did so consecutively, which is pretty crazy considering the amount of things that's tweeted daily and annually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through her tweet storm and I'm going to discuss it after. Twitter is literally so boring without Trump. It's just demented leftists making up random celebrations and trends like Happy Transgender Gymnast Awareness Month. Next tweet. This is your daily reminder that immigrants from Africa, as well as the Caribbean, are among the most successful ethnic groups in the country. America does not discriminate against people based on skin. Black Americans just focused on meaninglessness like Juneteenth. So this tweet, she's responding to someone else's tweet, Amber Gustafson. I can't say the name, so I might have said it wrong. Tell me how they didn't invite you to the BBQ without saying they didn't invite you to the BBQ. So Candace is responding to her tweet and she said, "You mean cookout, Amber?" And the final tweet I'm going to read. It took all of 2 years for Democrats to train Black Americans to worship criminals like George Floyd and beg for violence on the streets via defund the police and to celebrate segregation in the form of Black Independence Day. I just cannot comprehend the rampant stupidity. So she said Juneteenth is the Democrats repackaging segregation. Like, what? What does that even mean? Juneteenth celebrates the freeing of slaves. Meanwhile, Independence Day, the 4th of July, celebrates the freedom of Americans from British oppression. But that did not include black people, because black people, they were not considered citizens at the time. They were considered property. So ironically, Candace is celebrating a holiday that repackages something that was worse than segregation. You can argue that the 4th of July, Independence Day, is repackaging slavery, or it's a celebration of exclusively the freedom of white people. Because that's literally what it was. That was the literal intent of it. And that's not an opinion, Candace. It's not an opinion. So the people that this holiday is celebrating does not include you. It does not include you, Candace. So this tweet, I'm like, what? Is Candace drunk? Like, what is she even saying here? She kind of sounds like a old rambling man that got drunk, is like on a complete rambling rampage. That's what she sounds like in this tweet. And she probably is drunk. You know she's not happy with herself. So she probably gets drunk all the time. I'm sure she's a heavy drinker. This tweet just literally sounds like the maniacal ramblings of a drunk man. But the one thing Candace is right about is Twitter is far more interesting with Trump on it, because he tweeted such foolishness. But I do not miss seeing his foolishness on a daily basis. The point she tried to make about black people not being oppressed in America, I'll debunk that narrative with just one chart. So take a look. So according to data from the Federal Reserve, white families have 10 times the wealth of black families. And that's in large part due to slavery, where white families had over 200 years to build wealth off the back of black slaves, or the holiday that she celebrates. Also, due to redlining and loan discrimination, black people were not allowed to buy homes for decades because they were black. And education and schools are funded based on property taxes. Since most blacks don't own property, or at least they do at much lower rates than whites, there's a disparity in education, which makes it more difficult for blacks to go to college, which further increases the wealth gap. And that's because the average college graduate makes 50% more than a high school graduate. Also, the top means for gaining wealth is home ownership, which blacks had a much harder time doing due to discrimination based on skin, Candace, on skin. So blacks just didn't have the same opportunities because of their skin, Candace, because of the discrimination of their skin. And that's whether you're talking about blacks that are Caribbean, blacks that are African, or American blacks. So this tweet was hilarious. She's the female Clayton Bigsby.
White power!
If any of y'all don't know who that is, tisk tisk, tisk tisk. So this is the final tweet I'll discuss pertaining to this. Notice she called George Floyd a criminal, the man who was murdered, instead of the actual criminal who literally is a criminal and he's in prison because he murdered someone. She didn't call Derek Chauvin, she didn't call him a criminal. And to reiterate, he's literally a convicted murderer. But Candace Owens didn't mention he's a criminal. Also, Juneteenth is not Black Independence Day, Candace. It's the real Independence Day. So finally, and this is a bit off topic, not completely because it's still Candace doing something dumb, but I'm upset that she decided to promote her book on my birthday. that really hurts my heart. So that's all I gotta say for this video. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications so I post videos in the future. I'm gonna be roasting Candace more and other idiots, but more new stuff coming up shortly. So yeah, like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the post notifications so I post videos in the future, because YouTube will not share my videos unless you do so. But I gotta leave you with one more thing before the video is over, and that's the word of the day. The word of the day for today is Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is spelled STOCKHOLM SYNDROME. The definition of Stockholm Syndrome is feelings of trust or affection felt in many cases of kidnapping or hostage taking by a victim towards a captor. So now I will attempt to use Stockholm Syndrome in a sentence. It is very clear that Candace Owens is experiencing Stockholm Syndrome, loving the same system that kidnapped, raped, and beat her ancestors, while hating on the people that were raped, kidnapped, and beaten, which is her own people. Hopefully I use that sentence correctly. So again, if you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so I post videos in the future. Use Stockholm Syndrome in the sentence in the comment section below so I know you watch the video to the end. Other than that, if you want to help out the channel grow a little more, because you really like what I do, you can donate to the channel at patreon.com, www.patreon.com/keepit100dre. You can donate anywhere between $3 to $10. It really helps the channel grow massively. It's going to be put back in the channel to help the channel grow more, to make a better viewing experience. Other than that, watch my George Floyd documentary. It debunks a lot of the stupid foolishness Candace Owens says, and it talks about the system that allowed George Floyd to be murdered. Has any progress been made in the past year? Because it's been a little over a year since he's been murdered at this point, and just how much further we have to go for actual justice to be served. So if you like this video, you're gonna like it, you're gonna like that, or if you like any of my videos, because that's by far my best work. So it's gonna be linked on the end screen. So please give that a watch. I really appreciate it. So other than that, I appreciate y'all watching. The channel's been growing a lot lately, and it's because of y'all. I really appreciate y'all. I really do. So that's all I gotta say for this video. 100%. Peace.
Well, I've been stacking up. Nah, really, that ain't accurate, cause I just spent my whole damn advance in the past couple months just to compensate for times we ain't have enough. Ooh.